Cold weather. Some people like it, some people don't, but what does it mean for our skin? Well, we are joined by board certified dermatologist, Dr. Shoshana Kindred. She is here from Kindred Hair and Skin Center to tell us more. How are you?
Doing good, thank you.
I'm happy to have you here. Let's get into it because it is fall. It is almost winter. Dare I say it? I can't even believe this year went so quickly.
Already.
Yes. Should we be switching now from our moisturizing sunscreen to just a really good moisturizer?
No, still use the moisturizing sunscreen.
Okay.
Maybe you want a heavier moisturizing sunscreen, but the sunscreen is more than just protection from the sun. Now it's also protection against the blue light from all the screen time that we're still getting.
I never thought about that. So the blue light will do the same thing?
Almost worse, particularly in darker skin tones, like mine or even darker. It causes a lot of damage to our skin.
Well, I'm in trouble because I'm like, oh my goodness, let me run away right now because it's like I'm always doing these interviews or on my phone.
Yeah.
So, yes, actually, maybe I'm not in trouble because I do wear the sunscreen, the moisturizing sunscreen. And a lot of times, I should ask you this. This is an aside now because now I'm curious. In our foundations, when they say, oh, moisturizing sunscreen, is that enough? Or do we need to put on something underneath before we put on our makeup?
So some of the makeup companies are actually getting quite clever. The BB creams and the CC creams, we're finding that they are indeed sufficient, but not so much the powders, the regular foundations, if that's clear enough.
No,
It's most of the BB creams and CC creams meet the criteria.
Well, that's helpful because a lot of times that's what we as women are wearing for our day to day, unless it's something, a huge gala or whatever else.
Yeah.
So, good to know. All right. Thank you for answering my personal question. I'm sure our viewers can also use that. But going back to your questions, what other worries do we need to consider when it comes back to just the cold weather in general? What do we need to think about to make sure that we are protecting our skin the right way?
This is indeed the time where eczema will flare. The weather dries our skin out a bit, a little bit itchier. So you want to make sure you're using a lotion with ceramide. Ceramide helps to seal moisture into the skin. And that's that little bit you can do every day. That makes a huge difference in the long run.
And that ingredient, the ceramide, is that something that it's common enough that when we flip over whatever we're using that we'll be able to see it?
Exactly. Just turn it over to the back and look for it in the ingredients, but a lot will have it labeled right on the front.
Oh, even better. Perfect. All right. And then, I want us to be prepared. Is really the moisturizing the only thing that we need to be thinking about in this cold weather? The moisturizing, making sure that we have the sunscreen. Anything else that we need to do? Make sure we're dressing in layers because that's better for skin or whatever the case is.
Yeah, all bad news. No long, hot showers.
Oh,
that
no.
actually worsens it. And I know it feels good in the morning, particularly before the heater really warms up your bathroom, but you will be itching all day if you take that nice long hot shower. So no.
I love you, and I'm also mad at you at the same time because the only way when it's so cold in the morning, that's what you have to do, jump out of bed and just run to the shower to warm up or, oh my goodness. All right, I will jump on my exercise bike instead and do that and warm up that way. Oh my goodness. All right. You are so great at busting all of these myths, so much so that you have an entire book dedicated to it. Tell us more about that book and where we can get it.
Yes, indeed. It's Derma Myth, Breaking the Cycle of Skincare Myths. And you can get it at dermamyth.com or our website, kindredhairandskin.com.
Perfect. And if we want to get in touch with you and your practice, how do we do that?
The website, easy peasy, kindredhairandskin.com.
All right. Dr. Shoshana Kindred, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.